So here, the data is very different. Okay, but the kind of work, the flow of work, I believe, we can relate to it. What is happening here is,
Okay.
this is basically a marriage organizers. Okay,
Right.
they basically do really large, big budget weddings. So they have a list of multiple tasks. You can see them 286 tasks that they need to track at different time frames, right? So in their case, what is more important is basically the work should get done at a particular point of time. That is more critical for them. In your case, the time is not so critical, but the processing is more critical. So in your case, defining this, let's say, main activity, okay, in your case we'll probably have just one column, because you have already defined the processes, right? So we will have a job card. That job card will basically, so think of it this way: the main activity, like this mehendi of bride, this is basically, let's say, the job card number. Okay, and under that, the activity subtasks that are there, these are basically going to be your processes,
Okay. Yeah.
right? So once
Yeah.
we have this, we can also, in the beginning itself, define some kind of a turnaround time within which it should happen. Okay,
Yeah. Correct.
so
Yeah.
once we have defined this, then we can basically have a doer template where people will basically be able to see. Okay, let me not open that. People will basically be able to filter, based on the main activity or sub activity or whatever it is. They'll be able to
Yeah.
do it, and moment they click on this button, it basically takes it as a submission. It's a pre-filled
Okay.
Google form link. Okay, so
Yeah.
in that case, what happens is, this row from here will disappear.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and
Correct.
whenever this person is clicking on this submit button, then in the back end, in my master sheet, what is happening here is, it is also tracking the actual time, doing a
Right.
VLOOKUP and an import range. So the
Okay.
form
Got it.
submission, registers a timestamp, and then
Right.
that basically comes in here, and we can also figure out if it was done on time. Any kind of metrics, that can come
Yeah.
in from
Exactly.
there. So
Correct.
we have a,
Correct.
after that we can have an MIS of how many delayed, how many on time, all that we can do.
Nice. Perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is some kind of a job carding thing that I had done for a client, and I can show you some feedback. I received very good feedback also for this work. So it's really
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
understanding your process, ma'am. But I do personally feel that right now, the thing that you're trying to do with script, where how much is received, how much has been sent out, for
Yeah.
those, what we can do here is, here, instead of just this click here, I'll also have to give them those set of columns, and after that they must click on this click here button. So those entries will also be filled in, and they will
Correct.
be exported.
Correct.
Perfect.
Correct.
Perfect.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
I'll have to create something like that.
Right. Okay. No, it does make sense. I mean, this what you've shown, it does click in
Yeah,
our mind
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
this is very logical. Now, what we share with our users, our team,
Hmm.
will be this Excel sheet or will they have a Google form?
The Excel sheet. They can have their
Excel.
own. They can have their own versions of published Excel sheets. Like this one, we can just put in a doer name here. Okay, it will
Right.
get, let's say, filtered by, let's say, Vipul. Okay, so only Vipul's tasks are showing up, or maybe only a sub process task. Like the process wise, also we can filter this sheet out, and then we can
Correct.
publish this to the web.
Correct.
We can click on publish to the web. You're aware of this feature, right? So we can publish it to the web as a web page, and they'll be able to just click on those buttons, and either do it that way, or we create separate Google Sheets itself, for different users or process wise or whatever, if that works for you.
Right. So, what happens is with this, I think I will be also able to sort out the fact about production planning. Like, if my job cards, whatever they are due for a particular process, I could actually do a
Production.
FIFO job card.
Yes, so yes, you're right, you're absolutely right. So what I've also done here is, I have sorted this based on a particular column, order by 9, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the ninth column here is basically this activity planned, date,
Right.
right?
Okay.
So as and when you are entering the data, that time you are going to be putting in
Mm-hmm.
some date also when you are expecting it to happen, and then based on what date you have put in, I can sort it and display it to the person. So the person is basically just supposed to go FIFO.
Yeah, exactly. So if he's not doing that FIFO, he will realize that this job card, where is this job card?
Yeah,
Why is
yeah,
it still in,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So the topmost row will always be his first priority.
right, exactly. Okay. Yeah, actually, this was very helpful, and I mean, it did open
Different thing.
outlook, a whole different outlook for us
I'm
because
so
we
glad.
were,
Yeah,
yeah, we were
I
looking at just one way, but
yeah.
this is a whole different thing. Yeah, great.
Thank you for saying
So,
that.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, actually, this is wonderful. Nice. So this was the only biggest problem that we have
Challenge
at the
which we
moment.
In
Yeah,
most
the
cases, what I've seen is it's about the right design when you are doing it for the first time. If you get the
right.
main design and the workflow right, everything else becomes very easy. That
Yeah.
initial design is super critical.
Yes. Agreed.
So in this,
So
if we can pull this off, you know, there is no need for someone to go run those macros and everything else. Every users will just simply go and click on that button, and
yeah,
the entire workflow can sort of sort itself out.
yeah. And the fact that you have the MI score link at the end
Yeah, why not?
was even so we can map the performance of a department also.
Yeah,
Like how many delays are they running on their part. So that is really helpful. Great. Okay. So I think, do you have sir, any other questions?
No. Okay. No.
Okay. And we have already signed up for the course. So
thank you for putting
I
your trust
hope,
on me, ma'am. I your process, I would love to just get in touch with me, ma'am. You have my number now. Get in touch with me if
yes,
there's any issues. I do feel
yes,
over and above what we are offering, I would probably need to step in a little bit and try and help you guys out. I don't think I'll need more
okay,
than a day or two to sort of sort out the initial bit, and then sir's always there. He understands the whole thing. We can just brainstorm it, figure it out how it's going to flow, and then there are basically a couple of heavy lifters. The rest is just going to be business as usual. So we can take care of it.
yes, yes, definitely, definitely.
Sure.
So yeah, I think we are done. I thank
Yeah, yeah.
you
You're most
for
welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
yeah, and apologize again for the
No worries.
delayed.
No worries. No worries.
I
Thank you.
will, I will, I will now use the calendar efficiently.
Yeah, all right. All right.
Will
Yeah, that's something. That's the first thing that Sandeep sir tells you. Like
yes,
you,
yes,
it has to be calendar wise. That way. See, I'm talking to about 8 to 9 clients a day, so
right,
I feel very relaxed once I know that this is all that I need to think of. Like once I am
right,
talking to you, I am only thinking about your process. I and I
yes,
do not care about what's going to happen. The meeting is going to end, and then I need to worry about, okay, what was the next thing that happened. And if there is
right,
multiple work that I am doing with different clients, I tell them that you book time with me, and I will do your work only during the time when you have booked with me. So don't expect me to work on my own and come back to you, because I do not work that way. So that
right,
way client also sees what I am doing, and I am with him, and we know that we are course correcting as we are going. So that way
yeah,
it works out pretty well for us.
great, great. So I think thank you